our civic class last time, we took National Value, Self-Reliance Part 2. There we discover how we can nurture or develop our talents. We learned how we can develop our talents, discovering of our personal talents. Today we are taking the part 3 of self-reliance. 1. How to nurture the identified talents. The other day we identified the talents. How can we nurture this talent that we have identified? And then consequences of wasted talent and undeveloped skills. These are the 2 key areas we'll talk about. Nurture your talent, and why is it bad to waste your talent or not to discover who you are. Now let's look at ways we can nurture our talents. I have about 8 ways we can nurture our talent. What is it that you've discovered in you that you are good at, you are best at? How do you nurture it to bring out the best in you, to make you you, to make you an achiever, a go-getter? What are they? We want to first create a learning culture. 2, consider your goals. Encourage yourself to keep going. That's motivation. Motivate yourself. Learn and teach. Look for opportunities. Take constructive advice, but don't ask for permission. Remember, we're talking of self-reliance. And then do the work in it. Then finally, celebrate your progress. Let's take them one at a time. 1, create a learning culture. You've discovered your potential, your talent. Make sure that you have this learning culture in you to keep progressing, to keep learning, to keep improving yourself on the skill, because you know you are good at this particular thing. And so that thing you are good at, make sure your learning culture is built around it. See ways you can learn from others. See ways you can do it better. See ways you can improve yourself. Tell yourself that you are always a work in progress. Quiz yourself, stress yourself. See how you can bring in the best of best from yourself. You should be better today than you were yesterday. Learning culture should be cultivated. Don't be lazy about it. Consider your goals. Make sure that your well-planned goals are written down. Or if you're going to have a mental goal out there or in your mind, make sure that you look up to your mental goal or the goals you've set for yourself. I want to achieve this. When you look at your goal and you see where you are, you know you are still far away from it. You will strive hard, exert yourself vigorously to get to your goal. So you always state your goal and see how you reach your goal. Look up to your goal and see how you put them. Daily target, weekly target, monthly target, yearly target, and see how you meet up with that goal. Encourage yourself to keep going. There are times discouragement will come your way. Motivate yourself. Tell yourself, the goal I've set, I have not met it. I have to move on. You are your self-motivator. You motivate yourself to meet your goal because you know you've discovered the you in you, the talent you have, the potential you have. So whatever the obstacle is, you are going to cross over. You're going to pass by. You are going to cross over the obstacle and then move on. Progress. Get to your goal. Don't mind the obstacles on the way. Don't get discouraged, but encourage yourself. Learn and teach. The more you teach others, the more you learn better. So as you learn, if there are means you can teach others to perfect it. Let it be part of you. Let it be part of yourself so that as you do it, it comes natural. So learn and teach. You can equally teach yourself again as you've learned. Once you've learned, relearn, teach yourself or teach others to perfect who you are and perfect your skill. Look for opportunities to showcase yourself, to showcase your talent, to showcase your skill, to showcase what you can do. If you're a good coach, go coach people for free. Do jobs that relate to what you are talented at and let people see you. from seeing you doing it, seeing those opportunities, you have referrals. And people know you do it, and they'll come to you. Look for opportunity to exploit. Look for opportunity to put yourself out there. Look for opportunity to position yourself. Don't just look for the immediate benefit. Look for the future benefits. So put yourself out there for people to get to know. Constructive advice, but don't ask for permission. Remember, this is self-reliance. You give yourself decision. You take your decision yourself. You don't rely on others. So you can listen to constructive advice, critics from others, and see how you better yourself, but you don't take permission from them to do what you want to do. Do the work. Put in your best. Work hard. Strive hard. Get to your goal. Get to achieve. Make sure you're doing your best. That way, you won't lose out. Keep doing. Keep working. Keep looking for opportunity. Keep bettering yourself. Learn from experts. Teach yourself. Learn from others. Teach others. And then put in the work. Another thing, we don't celebrate our win. Even if they are macro win, even if they are big wins, small wins, celebrate yourself for achieving. Give yourself a pat at the back and say you've done well. So let's celebrate our win, whether it's small or big. This way, you can nurture your talents or your potentials and make them be magnified. Now let's go to the next point. Consequences of wasted skill. When you waste your skill, what are the consequences? Next point on our class is consequences of undiscovered talent or undeveloped talent. We've seen how we can nurture our talents after discovering it. In our last class, we discovered it. Today, we see how we can nurture it more. If you've not watched the previous class on how you can discover your talent, go and watch it. And in our first objective for today's class, we saw how we can nurture this talent. Now, what are the consequences that befalls us or befalls a nation, before an individual, if you leave yourself undeveloped or your talent you've discovered, you leave it not to redevelop it more to bring out the best in you? One, it reduces productivity. The more you do, the more you discover yourself, the more productive you become. And the more useful you become to yourself and to the nation. So it is very important to discover your own iconic potential so that you can be productive. That productivity can lead to good standard of living, good self-confidence, better self-reliance, and working with others as a team to achieve goals. And you can achieve greater goals for yourself and celebrate your own win. It increases crime rates. Many persons you see out there don't have a goal, they don't have a talent. They have talents, they leave it undiscovered. They don't want to work on themselves to discover who they are and to be productive. At the end of the day, they fall back to criminal activities to make sure that they satisfy their needs and wants, because there is nothing they have learned to help themselves as regards economic benefits. It leads to increase in scarcity. These talents or these gifts or these skills people learn, it helps industries, it helps individuals to be productive, and it serves as an employment opportunity. But if we leave our skills undiscovered, you're a good welder, you don't develop yourself, you know you can be a better coach, you cannot teach others, you can be a good mechanic, you didn't go to learn, then those people will be scarce. Scarcity of manpower will come into play because people are not trying to get skills or learn skills or develop the skills they have learned. They remain dormant in a place. It's not good at all. It leads to envy and jealousy. When you see people who have actually developed themselves, who have done well to themselves by trying to improve themselves or learn a skill, they are doing well, they are productive, they are living well, you become jealous of them. And you want one thing or the other that will happen to them, but you refuse to develop yourself. That is another consequences of undeveloped or underdeveloped skill. Poverty will knock at your door because you don't have a skill. You don't do anything. you did not discover yourself. You don't know what you are good at. So at the end of the day, you just roam around, thinking God have not made you well, thinking you don't have anything to offer. But you refuse to look inwardly and discover who you are. You don't allow poverty to knock on your door. So go get a skill or develop the skill you know you have. Unemployment. Because if you don't have a skill, you did not discover what you are good at, you don't have anything doing, you are neither a skilled manpower or unskilled manpower. You are just there. You are not out there in the labor market to know where you can fix yourself into. You become an unemployed person. This is an unemployment choice. Unemployment by choice. That's what it implies, because you've chosen to. There are a lot of opportunity you can exploit, but you decide not to exploit. You refuse to learn a skill. You refuse to look inwardly and look at what you're good at. At the end of the day, nothing to show for it. And you tell yourself, I don't have a job. Where will they place you? Where will you place yourself? So it leads to unemployment. So as students, viewers out there, please go discover yourself. Look at what you are good at. Discover the real you. Every one of us come to this earth with a gift God has given us. Check the gift you are giving to. Look inwardly. Your total you, there is an element of something good you can do. No matter how small it is, do it. Before you know it, people recognize you for what you do. Look for opportunity and put yourself. Don't look only for the monetary reward, the momentary reward, or the money you will receive at the moment. Exploit means and get yourself fixed. That way, you will be a better person. How we can nurture our talent, we'll see the consequences of not nurturing it. Let's go ahead and nurture our talent. Be a better individual. Exploit your work, exploit the environment. Look inwardly into yourself and know the best you can do. Thank you for dropping by on this class. Next class, we will take part 4 of self-reliance in our civic education class, national value. Thank you.